Guys, happy new year. Wish you guys prosperity and good health. All right, this is of course Chinese New Year, okay? So in this video, I'll be sharing with you the list of the cars with the most complaints in 2024. So this list, if you're in the number one spot on this list, you probably shouldn't buy that car, all right? And this is a very comprehensive list. It's a very interesting list, and I'll share with you. Luckily, I'll spoil it for you guys. NIO is not on the list, okay? So thank God for that. And yeah, just a quick update on some of the NIO stores and all that kind of stuff. NIO houses are open during Chinese New Year. Sales staffs are there, and the NIO Joy Camp and everything, it's open. You can buy drinks, etc. However, the smaller NIO stores, the NIO Spaces, and also Onvo stores, they are not open, all right? They're just on vacation, right? Everybody's on vacation. The restaurants are closed. Most restaurants are closed, so it's the norm, okay? So you do have a holiday going on, and yeah, that's what's happening, okay? The delivery center, they're also on holiday, so yeah, okay? But just before the start of the holiday, there was a surge in deliveries because people were taking delivery of the car before Chinese New Year. But then, of course, now they're not really delivering cars. So take that for what it's worth. Overall, I think deliveries for January will be higher than deliveries of January last year, but definitely lower month over month. So just keep that in mind. So let's go over this list. So this is very interesting. This list, top 10 cars with the most complaints. And I'll talk about what those complaints are. Very, very interesting. So here it is. Here's that list. And this is, of course, in out of 10,000 customers, how many are complaining about this. And you can see the number one spot has over 4,000 complaints. All right, so about 40+% of customers complain about this car. Wow, that's crazy, okay? And these are official complaints, okay? And there are probably even more people that are upset, but they just sort of suck it up and don't really talk about it. So the actual number might be even higher. And you got the column on the left is 2024, column on the right is the 2023 statistic. So we'll start off with the number 10 spot. At number 10 with 1,018.9 complaints out of 10,000, the Cherry Reihu 8. And last year they only had 628.45 complaints out of 10,000. And the typical complaint is black screen, the screen going dark, no screen, and also engine shaking. So pretty serious complaints. 10% of most people have complained about this car. At the number 9 spot with 1,020.3 complaints out of 10,000, whereas last year it was only 653.5 complaints out of 10,000, we have the Chang'an CS55 Plus. And the typical complaint is the car computer is not upgraded and the navigation version is low. So a lot of people complaining about the system. At number 8, we got a big play here with 1,073.25 complaints out of 10,000, whereas last year it was only 137.9 complaints. We have the Ito M7, which is quite interesting because this is one of the big players. The biggest complaint is that the model version got upgraded too fast, too soon, and the car body shakes when driving. So apparently lots of people bought the car, and right after that, they got a new version of the car that just came out, and people were complaining about that as well, and also the car shaking. Quite interesting. Number 7 on this list with 1,242.15 complaints out of 10,000. Last year, the year before, it was only 364.4 complaints out of 10,000. We have the Cherry Reihu 8 Plus. Wow. And the most typical complaint is the black screen of the car computer, and the car computer cannot be started, and that the car computer system is not upgraded. Yikes. At number 6, with 1,285.55 complaints out of 10,000, whereas in 2023 it was only 451.9, we have the Chang'an CS75 Plus. And the typical complaint is that the car computer system is not upgraded and the navigation is old. Lots of car computer system complaints. And now for the number 5 spot, we got some big players coming up here with 1,492.05 complaints out of 10,000, whereas in 2023 it was only 1,564.1. We have the BYD Yuan Plus, and the typical complaint of this is that the manufacturer's price reduction, so too many price cuts, and also the front wheel makes abnormal noises. All right, at number 4 spot, with 1,979.25 complaints out of 10,000, whereas the year before, they only had 1.1 complaint out of 10,000. We have the Leopard 5. And the biggest complaint, price cuts and black screen. Man, this black screen, man, it's plaguing everybody, man. Now we got the top 3. At number 3 with 3,280.85 complaints out of 10,000, about 32%. We have the BYD Tong New Energy variant, DMI variant. So the year before they only had 3,617, so about the same number. So, and the biggest complaint they have, manufacturer's price reduction and abnormal engine start. Very interesting. Okay, and number 2, this is also very interesting, all right, with 3,795.95 complaints out of 10,000. Last year, the year before, in 2023, they only had 2,802. We have the BYD Song Pro New Energy, or DMI hybrid version. And the biggest complaint, manufacturer price reduction, abnormal engine start. So there's always seems to be some engine problems with these BYD cars. And at number 1, drum roll please, with 4,747.55 complaints out of 10,000. Almost half of all the people that bought this car have made an official complaint. Almost half. And this is actually down from 10,000 complaints the year before. So I don't know how they actually got it more than 10,000. I mean, that's absolutely crazy. That, like, it seems like everybody's making complaints, and there's actually like making multiple complaints. So maybe some people that are complaining about this car twice. Maybe one for like the black screen, or maybe for price reduction, and then the other for abnormal engine sound. So that's how they got more than 10,000 actually. So that's pretty absurd. So we have, of course, the BYD Song Plus hybrid. Okay, so BYD Song absolutely taking the number 1 spot of the most complaints in 2024. And the biggest complaint, manufacturer's price reduction, abnormal engine start. So people are making a lot of complaints about BYD cars, and it seems like, you know, they're selling a lot of cars, but there are also lots of people are unsatisfied with this. And of course, this presents a great opportunity for their competitors. All right. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.